I'm actually really second to anybody in terms of actual political definition or meaning or trivia. I want to prove myself. Wieso entfalten oder eliminieren diese Falten? Who was the first president to travel abroad? Oh, really? But Thomas Jefferson spent quite an amount of time in France. You know? As a president, while in office, I don't really know. Maybe John Quincy Adams. Oh, Teddy Roosevelt, really? Okay. The qualifying criteria for the next set of Democratic. George Wallace? Oh, he did end up. Ralph Nader, probably? Ross Perot said it, wasn't it? Ralph Nader is like 2000. Colin Fiorina. Or Ted Cruz, I don't know. Therese Christie. Teresa Madison. Oh, should I have to kind of give up? Meanwhile in America. Oh, I kind of give up. It's interesting. Shadowy politicians, no. Not really well known. Shadowy is not really major. I mean, I don't really have any difficulty. Why would I say that shadowy is a difficult question? Those people who are not the mainstream, they're really shadowy. Do you want to see it? I don't really need to think about it. Georgia Stephanopoulos. Beyonce. Pink? Is that Pink? Jennifer Lopez. Ellen DeGeneres. Tilda Swanson. Mitch McConnell. Rihanna. Oprah Winfrey. Cardi B? Arnold Schwarzenegger. Can you name them? Yeah. It's really not easy. Cardi B. Arnold. Nice short, no T. Oprah Winfrey. Jennifer Lopez. Rihanna. Mitch McConnell. Alina Cho. I know who do we have? Cardi B and Oprah Winfrey. Georgia Stephanopoulos. Georgia Stephanopoulos. Oh, it's really easy. I don't need to think about it. Quiz, quiz, quiz. Oh, I wanted to do it. I can't. I was not able to do it. You have to subscribe to New York Times. Oh, this person? Who is it? But I have to subscribe to it. That's really the problem. It's not guessing. Oh, because I can. I have to actually write it down on paper ahead of time. 종이에 먼저 적으려 안 믿어줬어요, 사람들이. CPU. No, my brain works better than you. I don't need to. I'm actually better. I mean, I'm just a little bit lackadaisical because I'm actually playing alone. I'm actually playing this by myself with no rules. I have to just actually, be a little bit cautious, read everything, and make the choice. Like, that's a really bit difficult. It's really easy. I know more than you. No, it's really easy. P P P P P P I T T. Who's this? I don't even actually recognize him. I don't know him well. Emma Stone. Charlie Chaplin. I have to write it down here. You can see it, right? 불안할 땐 꼭 적어놔야 돼. 잘못 누를 수 있잖아요. Natalie Portman. I know better than you. 나도 알거든. McConaughey is not McConaughey. 잠깐만, 왜 맞지? 뭐가 없는데? No, it's not like that. I know his name. 방금 봤는데 그리고 원래 아는데 이렇게 돼야 되는데 맥카나헤이 하나가 없는데 A가 하나 없잖아. 잘못된 것 같은데. 한 글자가 원래 없어요. A가 하나 더 있어야 돼. 맥카나헤인데 없잖아. A가 없어요. 없어. 얘가 잘못됐어. 그럴 리가 없는데? 진짜 맞다니까 맥카나헤이 아까부터 계속 봤는데 여기 글자가 하나 없어요. 원래 없어. 잘못됐어. 아까 그리고 다이앤 파인슈타인도 이렇게 돼야 돼요. 다이앤 파인슈타인 이름이 틀렸잖아. 메카 맥카나헤이가 아니라 맥커나헤이 맞는데. 칸이 안 맞아요. 게다가 글자가 없어. 매튜 맥카나헤이 내게 맞는데 없어. 봐봐, 헤이 여기 뒤에서부터 하면은 분명히 GHY가 맥카나헤이. 잘못됐어요. 없어요. 잘못됐어. 스칼렛 조인슨 이렇게 적거든. 얘가 없어. 글자 자체가 없는데 나보고 틀렸다 할래 안 해. 진짜 맞아요. 맥카나헤이 이렇게 적는 거 맞았어.
I like a vanilla latte, please.
You
맥카나헤이.
should say, I would like a vanilla latte. Let's try that again.
I would like a vanilla latte, please.
What are you
Here's
doing?
your vanilla latte.
I actually do a better job. Angelina Jolie. I know it. I mean, I should handle it. Where's Jay? 그런 건 아니지. This is really the one. I don't know this person. But I know Marlon Brando. Heath Ledger. Not just a waste of time. I don't want to waste my precious time for nothing. Oh, escapes. It's really easy. I just a waste of time, I think. I don't really know lots of things. In my economy, my answers are really correct. There was one missing letter. What? What are you doing? I don't miss it. Katy Perry. Both of them are fine. 그냥 여기다 적으면 돼. 답답해요. What if I miss it? Katy Perry, I know. What do you mean? What do I say? Orlando Bloom. I know it. What do you mean by that? Miranda Kerr. 그냥 사진 보고 그냥 바로바로 적으면 안 돼. 귀찮다, 야. 이렇게 칸 맞춰서 채워 넣기도 엄청 귀찮아요. You can actually say Katy Perry. That's a fine. Who's that? I don't know. 그냥 여기다 보고 적으면 돼. 데이비드 보이. 그냥 이렇게 적자. 귀찮다. 자, 이렇게 됐죠? 그다음에 얘는 누구냐? 몰라. 얘는 브루노 마스. 사진을 보고 그냥 적자. 귀찮다. 칸을 맞추기 귀찮아. What's that? Britney Spears. 크리스티나 아길레라 적어줄게. Justin Timberlake 다 적어줄게요. I don't really think about it. I know more name. 이렇게 되는 건 됐죠? 칸을 맞추기가 귀찮아요. 투팍. 투팍. Where's 투팍? 레이디 가가. Ed Sheeran. Rihanna. Chris Brown. I mean, I can go on forever. It's just a waste of money and paper. I can do one. 좀 바들sam하네. 칸을 맞추기가 힘들어. 아까도 칸에 자리가 있는데 글자가 없어. 좀 잘못됐어요. 매튜 맥커니 계속 많이 봐서 알아요. If you ever don't buy it, let me actually name them. I don't need to forget about it. I really know my name. John Hickenlooper. I mean, I just really don't understand. I can write it down. It's really not a difficult issue at all. People say that I forgot. No, it's not. Oh, vocabulary welcome, not here, not back. That's not true. My vocabulary works really well. Any random vocabulary. Oh, I'm not lying. Word power, I'm actually genius. I stay ahead of them. No, it's really not. No, I actually know it more than you. That's not true. I can easily beat American people. That's really not true. I have to be a little cautious. Virtuoso. No, I'm actually a superstar. Virtuoso. I actually play better. No, no, extinct. No, no, it's not. No, I know more than you. Accusation. I know I better than you. Egregious. No, no, I'm actually very precise. Very precise in terms of meaning. I know it. Why would you repeat the same thing? I don't like it. I already actually got it more than twice, and that's a really done deal. Accept it as my knowledge. It's not coincidence. That's the real trouble. I don't want to actually do this. I'm not elusive. I'm actually very, very accurate. I'm actually genius. I know better than you. I can easily beat other American people. Just simply read everything. Then I actually nailed it. There was no chance I would ever be actually, fend off. You actually pass by defend yourself and stave off. It's really staff off. I know it. Fend off. Stand a veer off from me. Just pass by, get by. I know it better than you. Ephemeral. It's not really something that's passing. No. It's not ephemeral at all. It's really long lasting. I had no problem at all. Revere, respect. I mean, I just really need to be a little cautious to see everything. Don't actually press it too quickly. Intrepid, bold. That's it. I'm actually genius. I know better than you. Intestine. Oh. No illegal will it would ever be made. Discernment. keep a keen judgment or taste. I know it better than you. I mean, I just really actually being, too radical. Scintillating, glittering. I don't really need to. I'm actually genius. There is nothing that I really don't know in terms of a subtlety. Intangible. Hard to pin down or identify. It's a very easy, more desirable. No, it's so not true. Dauntless, very brave. I'm just being someone, a radical, astonishing, impressive. I'm actually genius. I don't really need to. I know better than you. Sagacious. Skillful in statecraft management. Very wise. Convivial. Convivial means very outgoing. Socializing, people's person. Conviviality. The life of the party, exactly. The life of the party. You think that I would not know this kind of meaning? Life of the party. It means that you're really, really the opposite of the party pooper. You know what? I know better than you. Someone like you shall never actually be contesting against my illegal zone. Life of the party means somebody who's been very, a party animal, willing to actually, zip up, truly strike up the very mood. Even people's a person, gregarious, very willing to communicate with other people, have a very vivacious, effervescent, ebullient social skills, wanted to actually, be part of the game. Yeah, that's the real life of party. It's really opposite of party pooper who's ruining the sentiment of the party. Efficient, third one. I'm not lying, it's very obvious. I don't really need to. It's very easy. I have no difficulty. I'm actually better than most of people. Resentment, anger, third one. Don't actually use a dirty trick. Aptly. With a competence, second one. I'm actually far better than retaliation. Action taken in return for injury and offense, revenge. I don't really need to. Extinct. Wiped out. Blotted out. You don't even know what this means. Perspicacious. Mentally accurate. I'm actually a genius. I don't really need to. Just say it. I'm not actually saying sophisticated, very cultured. It's not shady. Let's try to actually pick out any random one. Please, tough one. Too easy. I'm actually a genius. I know more. No, I never enlarged it. I know far better. Testy. Cranky. Cranky. Do you know what this means? I know better than you. Sordid. Disreputable. Better than you. Quirky. Unconventional. Far better than you. Beckon. Appear inviting. Eclectic. Diverse. Far better than you. Gregorian. Gregorian means the calendar, not Julius' calendar. Livid. Furiously angry. Far better than you. You're not in the league. Big, very important person. President of an organization. You don't even actually know that. Big shot. Cicada. It's a loud insect. Stout body insect making loud noises. I'm not stout. I'm very lean in terms of agility. Slink. Slide. Spring. It's a slide. It's not a seedle. I'd rather say slink. Either seedle. Well, my best choice is slide or slither. But I have to say that slink and it's a spring. I said, spring. I said a slide or slither. Pagoda, Asian temple. Asian, yeah. Not really temple, but tower. It's a tower. Commission. Ceremonious. Pomp and stately. Pomp is monstrosity. Not really cake, is half baked and full, mature. Large, unsightly building, that's monstrosity. Gouty flesh. Better than you. Disheveled, unkempt, untidy. Initiative, opening move. Brood. Young of an animal cared for at one time. Or even actually, you know, when you've been thinking about pondering something. 뭔가 생각하는 pondering. You're in actually a gloomy mood to think about something. But young of an animal cared for one time. That's also brood. 그것도 되죠. Apathetic. Indifferent. You have no feeling. Disinterested. Very easy. Parsimonious. Penurious. Much better than you. Vivacious, lively, vibrant. 내가 너보다 더 나아요, 단어. No better than you. Grope. Fumble. And touch it. Oh, don't grope someone that's sexually harassing someone. Scrabble. Deviation, departure, detour. That's the easy one, right? Garish. Tastelessly showy. Welt. Auf Deutsch hat das heißt of word. It's a really very large pot that is used for boiling. Small room, that's a monastery. Monastery. Go raise the seam. Seam is a stitch. Weltering literally means you've been actually boiling. And peak is weltering, you know, symbolically weltering in pain and agony. You've been stymied. Representation, you know, in German it means ward. But welt is largely pot, skillet. No, I don't know. Welt, what does it mean? I don't know German. Small room, that monk or not, that's a monastery, a cloister, or abbey. Catholic nuns. Seam is a stitch. It's coming apart. That welt. 갑자기 그 생각 못했다. 바보. 이건 내가 잘못한 거예요. 인정할게요. 갑자기 그 생각 못했다. 웰트. But how many of a tailoring was smoking or stitching or gnarling or even darning or lacing. Bobbin. 이거 생각 못했다. Bobbin. I really kind of forgot that one. Shoot. Yarn. Yarn. Loom. Tailoring fabric 그거 해야겠다. 맞다. 그걸 안 했어. It's my mistake. I'm so sorry. Bacon. Come. Kitty. Jubilant. Cupola, roof of the building. Wind channel. It's an axe. This is a roller, coil. There's a sledge. But winch normally means almost similar to winch, flinch. The first one is a sledge. Ah, 바보. Sledge, you know, and a sleigh. Tiny axe that's added. Or hatchet. Oh, I should, you know, it's a coil. That's a winch. No, I feel bad. Can I actually be tested on one specific area? The tailoring. 테일러 한 번만 하면 안 될까? 테일러는 되게 자신 있는데. 그 부분 또 사람들 난 모른다 해. 진짜 자신 있는데. Oh, no, I'm not lying. No, non-governmental organization. No, I'm not. I'm actually going. I know more words in English. Tailor. Yeah. Or even, what do we actually call this? Sewing and tailoring. Sartorial. I really know more. I really know more. I'm not lying. No, I know more than Kelly. I want to prove it. 아, 진짜요. 그거 생각 못했어요. 갑자기 about 그거 생각 못했어. Sewing, sartorial. 진짜 잘 알아요. 아무거나 해볼게요. 한 적 없어요. 다 맞출 수 있어요. Squalor, sordid dirtiness. Second one. 진짜 쉬워요. Manumit, emancipate. Do you not know this? Sartorial style. Looking at one's clothing. Option. Technical aspect of doing something? Nope. Laconic, terse. Oh, it's not really sartorial words. Levy. Corrupt. Immoral. No, I'm not lying. It's not really sartorial words. I'm not questioning. I have no doubt about it. I'm very full of certainty. No, I'm not really 6th grade. I know more than them. Sewing. Yeah, I know more. I want to actually, prove it. Not really, 30 words, but I know more. I want to actually prove it. Fabric. Not really artifact. Not. Cluster. Tied together. Of course I know it. Thimble. Stitch a hole. You need to have a Daumenhüter. Dieser heißt Daumenhüter. Thimble. Pleat. I'm not begging. I know better than Kelly. Design. Plain. I can prove it. Ask me. Bobbin. Bobbin, I know it. Spool around the thread other material. It's called a spool. Yeah. Like this. Of course I know. I learned in French. Ham. Trousers. Ham and hoe. Let me see. Yeah. Hey. Seam. Stitch. Join consists of a line. A Hannah's jacket had a parting seams. Right, I still remember that. I wanted to mention it. Suture. Oh, this is suture. My husband had a suture. It broke my heart. Embroider, decorate with a needlework. That's called needlework. Tailor. Adjust to a small need or market. Cuff. shackle that is locked around the wrist. That's a cuff, handcuff. You know, normally you had a meat and a muff. And the French cuff, that's a link. You had your sleeve, right? A buttonhole. That would be connected. Garment, clothing. Of course everyone knows it. Ruffle, rumple. Lace, intertwine. The story is laced with, it's intertwined with. Dart, throw something. Or you move very quickly. 근데 throw도 되지. Throw, darting. Gather, pile up. Fashion. 계속 여기 쓰는 그러면. Project. Make or work out a plan for, devise. Project is more like make a projection. You actually propel something ahead of time, but that's a really expectation. Seeing and project somebody's winner, so you actually make a presentation ahead of time as a prediction. It's a devise of play, engage in rehearsal. That's a project. Practice. No, not that I know. It's really make out a plan ahead of time. Not that I know. Crochet, I know. Baby sweater. Crochet is really like dolly. The lace that has been actually connected. It's really like, do you have a crochet? Yeah, we have it. But this is more like crochet. Yeah. This portion is more like crochet. Linen. Goods made of clothing. Neat, also intertwine. Edge. Outer limit. Embroidery, also decorative needlework. Embellish, embroidery. Quilt. Auf Deutsch Quatteln, oder? Bedding made of layers of stuff and stitch it together. Bobbin is like this. Smoke. Smoke 원래 뭔지 아는데. 이건데? Smoking. No, smoking is literally a stitching method. 내가 안 거 이거밖에 없어요. 여기 needle 있으면 it's like when you have a needle, you just actually have a fabric holding up together, and you actually stitch it together to create a frill. Yeah, that's a smoking. What else can it be? Smoke. It's a raking. Rake. R-A-K-E. I don't understand what this picture is. It's a painting in an atelier. No, I don't really know. I don't know. Smoke means to stifle. Not really, definitely smoke from the chimney. But I couldn't actually think of any other answer. Smoke could literally mean choking. Or it's really a needle method. Holding, a fabric together to stitch it, to create a lacy wave. They should create lazy waves. It's really darning. 그런 걸 스모킹이란데 그거 말고 뭔데? 이거는 raking rake. You wanna say smoke? 긁는 거? Probably. I wanna do it. 그러면 그렇게 하자. 아닌데? 난 몰라요. 몰라. 이건 뭐야? That's smoke. I didn't really know what you were talking about. Excuse me, you were talking about apron. That's smoke. That frock. The clergyman. I couldn't actually understand it. Clergyman's frock. I'm so sorry. I didn't really understand it. Because I thought that it was really about the paint and brush in atelier. 거짓말. 스모크는 저거에 맞췄고 뭔지 알아? apron 같은 거예요. 그림이 뭘 말하는지 모르겠어. I thought somebody's holding a bunch. The only thing that I can see is the painters and the painting tubes and brushes and palette and easel, everything. I couldn't actually see this dirty, tainted smoke because somebody's holding literally supplies for painting. I thought the focal point was supposed to be on the painting guts, not really smoke. But I can actually honestly say that smoke is anything that could be apron, or even beep, or even frock, or even hoodie, or even actually supplice. Supplice, the actual clergyman. Vest. 이런 것도 다 돼요. 정말 알아요. 그리고 몇 번이나 맞췄어요. 그림이 뭘 원하는지 몰라. 초킹 하는 것도 되고, 그리고 이게 레이싱을 이렇게 하는 것도 돼요. 이렇게. 어떻게 되냐면, if you really have any fabric, do you have it? Yeah. If there is any fabric, you just hold it together like this, and you use a needle and a string to tie it to create a wavy lace, undulating wavy lace like that. That's a smoking, but it's a choking. It's really holding it together. Or Virgil apron, the fabric that would actually support. I couldn't see it because he was actually holding a painter brush, painting brushes, 2 of them, and I thought it was a backdrop. 너무 backdrop인 줄 알았어요. 너무 그림이 알기 힘든 backdrop인 줄 알았어. 너무 중요하지 않은 그림이어서 그 생각 못했어요. 억울해라. Seamstress, Rosa Parks. 그림이 너무 좀 그렇네요. 리를. 진짜 그림을 모르겠어서 그래요. 원래 긁다, 그리고 숨 막히게 하고 여러 가지 바느질 방법도 있고 많아요, 되게. 근데 그림을 모르겠는데? 진짜 그림을 몰라서 그랬어요. 정말이에요. 그림 뭐가 포커 포인트인지 몰라요. 이렇게 그림 위에 나와야지. 이러면 이제 다 설명해 줄 수 있죠. 이 clairvoyant. 그림을 보여봐라. 내가 뭔 말이야. 이 clairvoyant or psychic 이런 사람 말하고. astrologist. the crystal ball. 그림이 뭘 하는지 모르겠어. There's a photographer. A fencing player or athlete. Sablé, or anything kind of the Thor game. You can actually see it. But you know what? The picture itself was very difficult to understand. Weave. That interlaced twice. Max Bebo is a weaver. Yoke. Become joined together. I'm not lying. I wasn't able to see. 그림을 모르겠어요. Which of the following is most likely to be made of iron? Gate around a mansion. 그림이 뭐, I asked these people if I ever actually find a frock. I wouldn't normally see that. What should it be on the forefront? It's really the apron. It should be there, but it was actually in the backdrop. I was never been able to see somebody was wearing a smoke or an apron or whatever, because he was holding a bunch of suppliers, and that was all that I saw. 그런 게 어딨어? Material. why couldn't I just see? Seamster that. Spinster, you're dealing with the strings. Different from seamster. Yarn. That's a load cord. Yarn is really yarn of a string. There's a bunch of strings like this. You know, cats really are likely to enjoy this yarn. So I would rather say cord. Cord of, or hunk. Hunk is a hunk of a clay. Really? Yeah. Knot. I only know the tied knot. Okay, married. Knot is a spliced. You know, there's Navy forces would be nice in learning how to make knots. You know, if you ever actually made a knot, then there is any, for instance, this is really a knot. If there is anything, then you tie it up to hold it together. That's a knot. Or even if you're sailing, there is a knot. Or a musical note, that's also knot. Many different meaning. Musical knot. Or sailing, nautical knot. 그것도 있고. Knot. Spliced. Tie cluster of something? But I heard the brass instrument like posauna without a word. That's also called a knot. Really? Yeah. Both of them are fine. Tying cluster of people, not of social fabric. The brass instrument without volts. Both are fine. Or nautical knot. You know, measuring the wind and the velocity of sailing boat. No. 아씨, 좀 더 어려운 단어 없나? 그런 거 좀 물으면 되나? 다른 뭐 스모킹 이런 거 물는 거 있잖아. 이런 거를 물어야지. Asian food, do I know it? Very suspicious mimicry. Ah, that mean. Oh, that means the fascist. Funny. Funny is very good. Funny. Funny 하자. funny가 낫겠다. Okay. Spurious means suspicious. For suspicious mimicry, it's not really authentic. It's really kind of funny. Funny is a better. I actually know the. But I know there isn't a whole causal relationship. Fatigue. 꼭 그래야 되는 건 아니잖아. 근데 테일러링 메소드 해도 돼요? 나 진짜 잘 알아요. 진짜인데 진짜 랭고를 잘. Cause sewing terms exactly. Yeah, exactly. I've never tried it. When you mess up with a speech, you have to remove a seam. What would you use it? Seam ripper 뜯어내야지. 그지? What would you use to protect your finger? Thimble. Ripper means tearing off. Something you have wrongfully seamed, pull it out. What item was used to ensure that your fabric stays in place when you sew it? 그 seam gauges 쓰지. Oh, no pins? Okay. Oh, I didn't know that. Pin cushions, I know it. What's not an ocean? Pillow. Pillow is not an ocean, right? I know what notion is. Rotary cutter. Pizza cutter. Another name for fabric scissors? Fabric shears, no? I don't know. Tailor's choke. Kleider. Auf Deutsch, das heißt Kleider. Geil. It's a Kleider auf Deutsch. What would you use the seam gauge for? Measuring the seams. Which of this not considers a fabric satin cheap? Cheapboard is not. It's a plywood. Cheapboard is a plywood. It's a really what is that word? It's a really compressed wood board. I know. What stitch would you make to create a buttonhole? Buttonhole stitch. Interfacing? I don't know. Maintaining the structure of fabric? Where would you find the spool pin on your machine? Under the processor foot. Oh, at the top. Spool foot like this. Sewing machine. Which type of fabric is made from plants? Fleece. No. Cotton. Cotton is a plant, right? What stitch looks like pinking shear called zigzag stitch? What is a needlework? Using a sewing machine. No. Decorative hand sewing. Embellish. Embellish or embroider. 이런 거. 그다음에 what is top stitching normally used for? Decoration. Can you name the hand stitch that looks like dashes? Bouncing stitch. Running stitch. Can you name the technique that helps to make fabric look fuller? Is that frogging? I don't know. Gathering. If you don't have a seam ripper, what can you use to cut seams apart? Razor blade. Why would you pleat something? To add a style. What is a raw edged piece of fabric? The side that has not caught but hemmed. Side that is not finished. What is a nap? I know. Texture, really? I know what napping 알아요. Darning이랑 napping 맨날 같이 나오는데. It's really kind of, make sure it's a really finishing touch. When you nap something, you actually make it, it's been thoroughly evened out. So it's no stitch is sticking out like this. I thought that was the one. Fat quarter. I don't know. In sewing, which side is the wrong side? The back side of the sewing machine. I don't know. Pattern side of fabric. Underside of fabric. Match it point. Presser. Oh, I mean, 아이고. I thought that the simple measuring tape is measuring someone, but if someone is wearing the clothes, don't we actually use it to measure someone else's clothing size? So I thought that it was really measuring tape for measuring the length of a fabric also. Because what, my dad actually went to the tailor shop last month, so he had his own clothing tailored, but not really tailored, but semi-tailored. It was over the rack clothing. But the problem is, he used a measuring tape, but not just simply actually to measure his body size, at the waistline, but also at the last minute, he actually uses a measuring tape, the yellowish one, to truly see how long his trousers were. I saw it. I mean, I should have never said that. But we also use that one to measure the clothing worn by a person. But my mom actually used one ruler, very thick plastic ruler, when she was operating the sewing machine. But if that clothing is worn by the person to measure the actual length, person normally use a measuring machine, a measuring tape, and use a choke and a pin to secure this much should be cut off. If someone is wearing a clothing, I definitely saw it from a tailor using a measuring tape to literally measure and calculate the amount of area that should be chopped off to make it much fitter. He uses a choke and a pin from the pin cushion, pull it out and mark it and put it inside the clothing. I mean, I saw it. 봤어요. 사람이 입고 있을 때는 옷을 재죠. No thanks, I'm actually better. But not bad. Not bad, right? I think I'm not bad in comparison with some people. No. Sewing trivia, I know better. It matters a lot. You need to know this. You need to know every word. But this is something that I really love. This is really the knowledge. But I wanted to play this game because I know the answer. The reverse stitch on the sewing machine used at the beginning and end of seam. That's a back stitch. Exactly. I had it on it. I couldn't help it. 내가 답 알아도 맞출 수 없어요. 내가 분명히 맞췄죠. 백스티치라고 먼저 했잖아요. I'm not actually behind other people. That's really ridiculous targets. I'm actually better than most of people. Watch this. I'm actually far better than other human being. In terms of a forgiver, is it true? I mean, I've never actually prepared for it. Just say anything. I don't really need to repeat it. It's really easy. Dystopian, I know it really well. I got it many different times. I wasn't being reckless. Gamble wins. Oh no. Romp. I know what dystopian. It's really the opposite of utopia. Just read it, then you're gonna get it. Yeah, I'm actually a genius. As long as I read it, that doesn't mean I'm gonna be slower than other people. That's ridiculous. Disparage. I mean, I just actually the way I'm actually being cautious. That does not mean I would be easily outsmarted by American people in terms of speed. I would normally use a 1/10 of a second to nail it. Oh, it was hateful. It's very obvious. I really know more than you. I don't forget. Conceivable? Capable of being imagined. No, I'm not imagining it. I'm actually genius. I don't really need to. Disdainful. Hide under a false appearance. It's very easy. I don't really need to repeat it. Scrutinize, examine. It's very easy. Endure, persist. I don't really need to. Do you honestly think that this would be difficult? Palimpsest, I know it. It's very easy. Multifarious, varied. It's not recalcitrant. Contempt. Disrespect. I don't really need to be concentrated. I'm actually spending very little amount of time. Obvious. I mean, is that really that I work really hard? Do you honestly think that Dwight looked like someone who's been working one's ass off? Spacious, suspicious, very suspicious. It's very obvious. Annihilation. Something that makes no total destruction. I don't really need to repeat it. Plausible. Apparently reasonable. It's not really. Flinch, wince. No, I never repeated it. I had no history of getting one thing wrong. Apprehensive, fearful. Very easy. Never contrived, artificially formal. Falter. Walk unsteadily. Waver. Inscrutable. Mysterious. I know. Equivocal. Uncertain. Obscure. Formidable. Inspiring fear or dread. Demeanor. Behavior. Repudiate. Renounce. It's easy. This is our easy one. Vengeance. Vengefulness. Can we actually upgrade the level of it? Odious. Detestable. 너무 쉽잖아요. 나도 이런 거 싫어요. 어려운 단어예요. Merriam-Webster. Rare one. Rare words. 좀 안 한 단어 하면 안 될까? 나도 싫어. 해봤자 맞지 틀리면 나만 손에 잘못 읽어서 탁 누르면 끝이에요. 제발 한 번도 본 적이 없는 rare 단어 했으면 좋겠다. I'm actually pretty decent with it. Not really core words. You want to see it? I never actually tried it. I want to actually demonstrate. I'm really great. Umbrage, offense. It's an easy one. 이것도 쉽잖아. Jollity, happiness, lassitude, a lack of energy, enervation, disinclination, deterrence, disfavor, not really enjoy it like this. It's really easy, brouhaha. Valorous, very courageous. Rebuff. Criticize. Spurn. Connive. Encourage or resent illegally, criminally. Verbose, long-winded. It's really easy. You think that this would be difficult? Quip. Jest. Very easy. Manifesto. Public declaration of intentions. Resplendent. Full of showing high-spirited? No, having great beauty and magnificence. And very accurate. Trousseau. Trousseau in French is a pencil case. I'm not really so sure. It's a marching band. I said embroidered linen napkins. It's a pencil case in French. Any type of holder. Add or public promotion, advertisement. Multitudinous, unnumbered, enormous amount of. No. Panoply. Panoply means complete impressive array. It's a really display. Panoply. Today, Chris Cole use it. Prolong. Glowing twilight. Emblazon. Decorate. Atone. Compensate. Repaint. It's really easy. Mawkish. Maudlin. Moody. Sentimental. Scintillate. Dazzle. Shiny. Amazingly shiny. Yeah. Linchpin. Central cohesive source of support. Something that has a cogency to hold it together. The coherence. Nary a problem. Nervous. I had already done it, so I'm not going to repeat it. 약간 nervous 이런 뜻이었어요. 저번에 했어요. So I should believe it? Yeah. I have already done it. 했던 거예요. I think it actually eventually leads you to feel somewhat relaxed, you know, that was my choice. Remember that. But I just really don't want to repeat the same thing. It's not worth a try. 했던 거란 말이에요. 왜냐면 했던 건 가치가 없어. It relieves me. Very great. Exactly. I said it before I actually look into anything. I said it. Genius. But I had already done it. I said it before I actually opened up the book. I want to upload it to prove my innocence. 보기 전에 벌써 말했어요.